Dude, Missouri slowly joining the ranks of the cool kids states. I think we're up there with the coolest kids because we have now we have legal weed, and we also have the most ridiculously like open gun laws of any state in the country.
Really
so we get all the good gun laws and all the weed. Who else is up there with Missouri in that
Oklahoma
regard?
might have like, all right, they don't have the cool weed like you though. I think maybe they got like medical, yeah, you may be the kings of freedom in Missouri now.
I think so.
I think there's some crazy shit that I've heard about in Texas where they're trying to say that they don't require tax stamps to have suppressors and create suppressors, and that's a whole like pickle of its own thing. Texas is always trying to
stretch a federal thing, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but it is a federal thing, but Texas is saying, nah, it's a Texas thing. Did you make that suppressor in Texas? Yes, I did. You gonna shoot it in Texas? Sure I am. Well, sounds good to me, son.
I can barely hear it.
That's what Texas is kind of saying, or at least.
Kyle, your mic went out.
Oh, no.
But yeah, Texas is bold that way, in that I don't know, they like to stand on their own. They don't consider themselves necessarily.
You're allowed to open carry swords there, right? You can do anything. The magic country. Magic city.
Carry swords almost anywhere here. So like, especially if, all right, so now we've got constitutional carry in a lot of places, which maybe everywhere, right? Which basically means that you can carry your fucking gun without a permit.
Open carry, yeah.
Yeah. No concealed carry.
Wait, you think that's common? Concealed carry is like without a permit?
My understanding was that's what constitutional carry means, right?
I mean, you might be right. I'm not. I have real low confidence.
I could be wrong,
you needed
too.
a concealed carry permit.
I thought that recently there was a thing about constitutional carry that happened, and obviously it's not on the top of my news list because it doesn't really pertain to me. But I thought anybody could just fucking permitless carry. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. Oh, and Georgia has it.
Yeah, that's what
That's really popular. Like, that's a lot of states.
Yes, sir.
What is the red one? I can't read it's small.
Permitless carry for residents only.
Okay.
Which is makes some sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're not even the best Dakota.
They're not. This is the second best Dakota.
They're closer to Canada. Makes
Want to go to a Dakota without a landmark?
I told someone from South Carolina recently that they were from the second best Carolina, and they agreed with me.
No, they totally are.
That's true.
At least they're not the second best Virginia, because that place is the shithole of America. Everybody gives Alabama a hard time and just ignores West Virginia. And it must be because there must be does the interstate go around West Virginia so that the common folk don't ever have to see what a West Virginian is like?
What's the worst state? What's your favorite?
West Virginia.
West Virginia?
West Virginia is one of the poorest states, right?
So I was in West Virginia for maybe 3 days. I went up there to find some mountain man that invented bullets and borrow his gun for a thing. And everybody there was so poor and ugly. They were poor and ugly. I remember I've told this story before, but we went into a Walmart to get gear to make a video. And then I was like, I don't know. I guess I noticed that everybody in there was ugly. And then we went to this little steak restaurant that was I don't know, a stone's throw from the Walmart. And the waitress had a fucked up eye or something. And I was like, boys, I think, have y'all seen anybody that you would even want to see naked here? These are the ugliest people I've ever seen. If anybody, I haven't seen anyone here that if they whip the tit out, I wouldn't do anything but look away.
Call the police.
These people, and everybody was like,
"There's a terrorist here."
We started looking around the restaurant, right? Because it's a little kind of a crowded place. It was a buffet, so people are up and down. Everybody there was hideous. And it was really, you can tell when you're in a poor place. The roads are shittier. The power lines, infrastructure they're all leany and splintery. You can tell that these are 40-year-old power lines and power poles and stuff. I don't know. That's what West Virginia is in my memory. New Mexico is a pretty scummy place as well. I think that there are a lot of people in New Mexico who are very wealthy, who are enjoying the great benefits of that state and have huge swaths of land. But outside of those people who are cool and have nice places, I saw such squalor there that I thought we must be driving past a movie set. I saw lean-tos, and I saw a man walk out of one. And I was like, "Where are we?"
Yeah. There's that, and New Mexico is
moonshining.
way colder than I expected it to be. Now I know I just drove through. It's not like I live there or anything, but unbeknownst to me, the Rocky Mountains are quite wide. No one tells you this. No one knows this. No one knows how wide the
No, it was
Rocky
just
Mountains
up and
are.
over.
I drove across the Appalachian Mountains many times. It's kind of fun. You go up, you over. It takes a couple hours. It's a blast. Even the interstates are curvy if you go fast enough. It's cool. Rocky Mountains, they take days to drive through. It is a big deal. I'm like, all right, I'm leaving the trailhead. Now I'll go downhill. It'll start getting warmer. Like 16 hours later, I'm still in the goddamn Rocky Mountains. The elevation's still 5,000 feet deep into New Mexico. It's cold as heck in New Mexico. I expected it to be a warm desert. It's not.
Something about geography I want to ask Finn. So I know you're in the UK.
I don't know.
If you're gonna vacation in the UK, like where do you go? Or do people in the UK not like go on vacation to other parts of the UK? They go to like France or Italy or something.
Brighton. It's the only bit of the UK that's good. I don't care what anyone else says. There's like old bits of the UK that are really pretty, like if you like old architecture and everything. But the only good city's Brighton. It's so cute. It's like one of those ones where they don't have there's no, you're not allowed to build skyscrapers. There's a limit to how high you can build.
Oh,
they built a tourist attraction there, which is just a big pole that takes you up, and everyone that lives there fucking hates it. And it's great to hear the residents talk about it because it's this beautiful city and then a big pole like right on the seafront. It looks so goddamn ugly.
And it's called Brighton. Well, if I go to the UK, that's where I'll visit. Brighton.
Yeah, there's some nice bits. It's
So do you live there? And if not, why not?
I live in Birmingham. Actually, I was going to ask when you were talking about Birmingham is awful. I know you've got some UK viewers, and they all just went ooh at that when I said Birmingham. But it's when you guys were talking about fights, I wanted you to prove a point for me once. I've got a friend who lives in America, and he's planning to come around to the UK and does a lot of traveling. And he was talking to. I was saying how shitty Birmingham is. There's a lot of stabbings, crime rate's high. It's a little boring and cold. And I was like, yeah, you might get mugged, especially looking like me, you know, every someone might want to fuck with you. So, and he's just so hyped up about the concept of maybe getting into a mugging. He's so excited about it because he genuinely thinks he can win.
Well,
but if
he's
they
an
have
idiot.
a knife, everybody.
Thank you.
But they're definitely gonna have what? All right, if they don't have a knife, what the fuck do they have? Right? Like they've always got a knife. They 100% of the time have.
What if they try to mug you with a rock?
That'd be terrifying.
You're looking around for like a brick, like a bigger rock.
Can you imagine that? A guy's just like, "Give me your money." He got a fucking brick in his hand.
A rock.
He's got that rock from
brick.
Rust.
You're like, you call that a rock? This is a rock.
Oi, bruv, I'm gonna fuck you up with this brick. And the police can be like, "You got your bricks license?"
I don't care who. I don't care who it is. I can win if I have a knife. If I've got a knife, I don't care who I'm going up against. If they don't have armor, I win.
Yeah.
Maybe
what
not
if they also have a knife?
What if they also have a knife? Do you feel like you're knife?
Oh no,
then you both lose because you'll both get stabbed at least once. Everybody's seen that video of the guys fighting with Sharpies in the t-shirts. Nobody wins a knife.
What Wings made?
Did Wings make that?
Oh, that was a good video. Yeah, that taught me a lot about sword fighting. Yeah.
Look, you can knock Wings in his like athleticism. What? Yeah, no, Wings and another guy of comparable athletic prowess both grabbed Sharpies and decided to test that theory. Then they tried to stab each other while wearing white t-shirts.
No. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
We can play it right now.
Please.
Zach.
I want to see this.
Zach, let me know if you can find it. Wait, did Wings take down his channel or all his videos or something?
Nah, that one's got to be up there. Don't worry, that one's been re-uploaded somewhere. That one exists. You can't scour that off the internet.
I like the video. You can.
I like it too. There's nothing embarrassing about that video. It's one of his top 25 videos he's ever made.
Because did it go well?
Sure, I bet it has 100,000 views.
They both genuinely tried to win, you know, which is to mark the other guy without being marked, and they kind of proved that it's pretty tough to do.
Yeah. If you get in a knife fight, you get stabbed.
Dude, poor Wings. Like I just every time you search his name on YouTube, it's just like a sad story. Like 18 hours ago, a Wings Tings video, 20K views, and it's just a picture of him like sad. And it says, there goes 150 hours of my life. And it's just called Wings of Redemption gets tested for COVID, pisses Kelly off, and loses his favorite Diablo character.
How did he lose a Diablo character?
I don't know, but it's like, it cannot be healthy for him to be online, like seeing this stuff. I understand why he tries to avoid it. Because if this were me and I was like the person of interest, I would never go to these channels. I would be like, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to even imagine how many people are laughing at me.
A lot of people might just say, hey, close your laptop, look away, etc. He's in the popularity business. He needs to be liked, or he needs to be interesting. And that's not the same as liked. But when you're in that spot, you think you're in the popularity business. You're in the get everyone to like you and enjoy your content business. And so you can't just look away and not know what's happening, not know what people are thinking. It's your job.
I've just searched that same thing, Taylor. You can keep scrolling. It's within one day. There's maybe 20 videos, and then you scroll through all of those, and then it shows his channel. Oh my god.
That's a popular guy.
Yeah.
The amount of
dude, that's a big enough reason for me to go.
Dude, something like America versus Europe is like the size of houses you get is so different here. Like I'll see like a super nice house in England and it's millions of dollars. I live in a very normal Midwest middle class house, very normal, and it's bigger than like multi-million-dollar homes in England. A lot of them. It's insane.
I'll put something in chat for you, and it's how much the house cost that I bought and how big it is in square feet. I just want to get your rough reaction to it, okay?
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what's funny?
That's a good price, though.
That square footage, 2,700 square, that's like maybe a teeny bit smaller than my house. And my house was less than a quarter of that. Because I'm in fucking Missouri. Like that's unreal.
I spoke to a doctor. That's Jesus, Zach, don't rub it in. There's I spoke to a doctor friend of mine, and he was saying like, yeah, when I got out of was it residency or something, and I was finally making money, I could finally move out of like the shitty house that I just had to buy for like, I don't know, like $40K out in Texas.
Yeah.
It's like, by the way, how big was that? And he knew about my house. He was like, we don't have to go into it. It's like the same.
Dude, you take 300 pounds, convert that to freedom bucks. Like you can buy a palatial estate in Texas with a huge amount of land. Like especially if I were a rich European, or if I were like a rich streamer, there's still like, does it blow your guys' mind when there are like rich streamers who live in like LA or New York or something? It's like you could own a noticeable part of Iowa. Like you could just be that guy. And
we talked to Tucker about this, and Tucker feels like there's enough business opportunity being there local that it's worth it. But I still don't quite see it.
There's no way. It's all online.
It seems like, well, I'm sure he's going out a lot, and
he has the music business too, so that's different. That makes sense for him.
Yeah, I think he feels at least he needs to be plugged in, and he would know better than anyone. But for most people, like if your thing doesn't require a lot of like pressing the flesh, like Jesus Christ, why aren't you in Missouri or Georgia or North Carolina or Texas or Tennessee or Florida? Like any of those cheap ass places where you can get out of your state taxes in like half of those places anyway.
Yeah. Come to Missouri, the cool state now. Great gun laws, great weed laws. I think we're cooler than Colorado now. We're cooler. Well, we don't have skiing. Okay, Colorado's cooler, but barely. If we had skiing, we'd be unstoppable.
Weed and guns, you're winning. I don't know what you mean.
Weed and guns. I'm so excited to like it. Apparently, all the dispensaries open up in February, like first week of February, and I can't wait to just go buy a bunch of different strains of weed.